rising Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years in business at the time of this timeless recording, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box. A lot of what I learned along the way is in that book, and I've learned a lot more, so maybe I'll write another book. We'll see. But you can preview it for free, which also rhymes, on Kindle. Just click the link, and you can get the whole bunch of pages to dip a toe if you like. I'm also a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I'm so fond of it over there. It's really lovely. Really great for creative types like myself as a mystical artist, right? I'm streaming there every morning. A cup of coffee, bathrobe, my hair doing what it's going to do, talking about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual implications, the magical applications, always ending with a little blessing, a little grounding, a little centering, a little something, kicking off my day that way. It's just the best ever for me, and I know my patrons are enjoying it. So I want to go deeper. You want a little bit more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, all the extended readings, the part 2s to all of the part 1s, because all of my subscribers get that. Then come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. Someday I'll explain that a little bit more. I do here and there. But for now, just call me Mal. Hi. You know, having to do that over and over, I do have to kind of keep myself amused as I go. You wouldn't want me to give a dry intro, would you? No. Moist. Oh, I hate that word. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, and this is a new series, a Chakra Reads, an 11-card spread. I did a Chakra Check series back during the pandemic in the early months of it. Too many cards. This one is simpler, and I'm enjoying them a lot. So it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because, you know, your moon sign might be more heart chakra, right? Your rising, more your solar plexus, who knows? To help you bring yourself into alignment, right? That's why they're timeless reads, so that you are able to navigate your way through this, both in the inner and outer worlds, bringing this into alignment and all that jazz. So both feet on the floor, if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace so that you and the cross-watcher, same thing, that you can all heal. If you're a cross-watcher, you apply this information to yourself in your way as you can. You're not just going to help the person you are cross-watching for vibrationally, energetically, in the quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly of it all, but all of the Gemini collective, because fortunately or unfortunately, we're all in this together, and there's really just one of us here. Which must be tricky for Geminis, considering you're twins to start with. So let's see what we can get you here. Some clarity, guidance, and grace. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's see if we can have some fun here. Still point. Hey, Melky! I learned that when he does that, it's called the tribal call. He's looking for his people. Down here, baby! Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. There he is. Just got a head bonk on the ankle as I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, lower 3 chakra dynamics. We're going to build this spread from the root chakra up to the 8th chakra. Carolyn Myss's Anatomy of the Spirit is involved in this in a lot of ways, but using the mythic tarot for the masculine energy, the physical world, the relationships in the physical world, lower 3 chakra dynamic, please. We're going to do 3 of them face down, and then we'll keep going. What's going on in the root chakra for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, their tribal relationships, their groundedness, their physical manifestation for this timeless read, please leave the card in my hand. Thank you. For their second chakra, one-on-one relationships, money, sex, power, creativity, and all that jazz. That goes there. That one just slid right out. And for their solar plexus, their relationship to themselves in the world, their honor code, their boundaries, their self-esteem, their gut intuition, solar plexus, gut intuition, and all of that for this, close but no cigar, this timeless chakra. This timeless chakra reading for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers. Did you see that? Watching this video, receiving this timeless read. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my youngest cat son, Melchior. He is a Taurus, and he's a Taurus. So I pretty much give him what he wants in the moment, and we all get to move forward. So let's move forward. The Bastet card, that's funny. Daughters of the Moon Tarot will get us the next four chakras up: the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, the internal world, the feminine energy, the yin dynamic, your psychological world, the world behind your eyes. I think you know what I'm talking about. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Resonance. I feel that. As I call upon my goddesses of air, sign of Gemini, powers of the East, heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic, their emotional energy that they need to be aware of in that heart chakra, their willpower, their choices, their decisions to empower or disempower as they go. The third eye, their mental power. Right, can only see truth or illusion, Ajna. At any given time, the servant, Ajna, third eye. It's an air sign here. This is usually an air dominant chakra, so please, what's going on there in the third eye? And to finish this, for what's going on in the crown for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers. Ooh, hey there. Watching this video and receiving this reading in their crown chakra, their spiritual power, the satellite dish, taking in the codes from the 8th chakra in this timeless chakra read. And one more to go. We've got the chakras laid out, and then we got 3 more cards we're gonna play with and clarify. Caroline Myss archetype deck. That's MYSS. She is a PhD. She wrote Sacred Contracts, Life-Changing, Anatomy of the Spirit, which is where I get the 3 levels of power in the chakras from. Adore her. Never met her, don't need to, blessed be. Don't meet your teachers, it's never a good idea, unless, you know, you're really called. Sometimes it just works out that way nicely. So I hear. This is going to be the 8th chakra archetype. Think of the satellite hovering over you about that high, if you can see, about like right up here or so. Beaming down the archetypal pattern, the code, the story, the character that you are either playing, a reason, season, or a lifetime, or perhaps you are dealing with someone, some scenario where that archetype is in play. Let's see what it is. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Tingle, 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 tingle. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, the angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the General Assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra above, as well as Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god who removes obstacles, god of wealth and success and prosperity, and just wonderful, wonderful being, is the dominant 8th chakra archetype for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this timeless chakra read. The Mediator. We line them up this way, we read them the opposite direction. A wisdom family archetype, the Mediator. If you've ever been in mediation, I was raised in a legal family, lawyers and all that. So, you know, there's a difference between a judge and a mediator. The shadow attribute is the indicative of what's being healed, right? The lead to gold. That's why when we use the Lord Ganesh, lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so removing those obstacles, symbolically speaking, in terms of spiritual alchemy. This is the indication. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, no bueno. Either personally or professionally, right? So if you're put in a position of choice or decision where you have to negotiate something between 2 people, or maybe between yourself and somebody else, so that it be fair, or not. It's a choice. The light attribute, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument, which is not easy. But we're all one, so yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. So there is wisdom available for you now, whether you are dealing with a mediator or you have the mediator pattern running through your chakras, affecting what you attract and repel, by the way, electromagnetically, so that you work on this. It can be delayed but not prevented. And what if, all the gems watching this and the cross-watchers started cleaning this up in themselves? It would show up less in the world. It's the whole point, shifting the whole world to a more golden timeline, light rather than shadow, though there's an infinite number of those, so whatevs. So interesting. The mediator, I think, for an air sign does make sense. Certainly we're going to look at the third eye and the throat chakra for that one big time. So let's look at the crown. So this is up here and it's beaming down to the crown. And we've got oppression. We've got half of the devil card in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. This is spiritual oppression in some ways. This might very well be facing your fears. Now, like I said, it's half of the deck. The other half half of this card. The other half is Coyote Woman, which is the trickster. So this is a little bit different. The devil is definitely a patriarchal symbol, so it's not going to show up in a feminist deck usually. So I love the artwork. Well, I love the artwork in that it says really what oppression is about. There's a woman buried under these stones in a burning village. Someone burned down the village. Well, those stones are the faces of people, right? So this can be societal oppression, tribal oppression, particularly in terms of somebody's spirituality. There could be a conflict there in terms of what you believe the divine variable of the divine is, right? Fill in the blank, the X variable of divinity. One light, infinite number of lenses that we need to filter that light through, and you shift and grow your lenses as you go. But that can also be literally a fear of spirit, a fear of God, a fear of divinity. And it would certainly say that your crown chakra, I'm going to say it's blocked, but it's the 1,000-petaled lotus, you see. So everybody got at least one petal out. Otherwise, the prana and the chi ain't getting in through the crown. That doesn't last very long at all. Then of course you got like Dalai Lama, all 1,000 out, pretty much consistently. I don't know his schedule. But certainly fear, the chains that bind illusions, spiritual. There are a lot of spiritual illusions, man. Things that were never the truth, but appeared true at certain times during our spiritual evolution of consciousness on planet Earth, right? The idea that we're separate from God, for starters, right? Unity is unity. Oh, read A Course in Miracles. Yeah, so wrap your Gemini mind around that. Speaking of which, third eye Geminis, 2 major arcana cards in a row. You have got the Life Weaver, the Spider Woman, the Wheel of Fortune. So that says in the mental field, you are looking at, I don't know about karma so much, but I will say you may very well be able to see that there is a plan in play, that it's time for something. Something that's written into the script, but how you cope with it, light or shadow, lead or gold, pain or peace, are you going to let the pain possess you? Or are you going to really shoot for peace? Then there is a way to do this, right? I mean, a mediator can really make their way through something fairly, listening to all sides. But in the third eye, there's almost this sense of, though you may not understand what all the pieces of the puzzle are to this, like even in this reading, but I mean in general, that to kind of see this from a place of a linear history of a story that you are in, right? Where your crown chakra stuff might not be doing it for you, but your mind might be doing all sorts of stuff. Excuse me for one moment, please. Sabby needed my help, and it gave me a chance to get my kitty fan because it's a little humid in here today, and my hair is kind of showing it, and I got marula in it, marula oil, and even that's fighting against it. So let's get down to the third chakra here, because you've got two major arcana cards coming down the chakra system. Oppression, the devil, the chains that bind, the weight, psychic weight that holds you down, heart, throat, third eye, crown, particularly crown. Again, we got this the fate, destiny, Spider Woman, though there is a sense of divine timing there, so that makes sense to kind of orient the third eye to kind of see a more holistic picture of this is a longer story than just what's going on right now. Because in the throat chakra, very fire energy in the throat chakra, choices, decisions, willpower, we have got the 10 of flames. Yeah, the 10 of wands, but not that overburdened vibe that we see in Rider Waite and similar. This is the Hora. If you have ever been to a Jewish wedding or bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, they do this circle dance. It's a lot of fun. My mother divorced my father when I was 2 years old, married her divorce lawyer, my stepfather. That's why I call them Hera and Zeus. So I am familiar with this joyful dance of celebration and completion, in this case, of the element of fire. You may very well be wrapping some things up. I mean, there is a certain joy about this, or the choices that you're making are, you're ready to finish this in some way by your own choice and decision. Let's look at the heart chakra and the High Priestess. In the heart chakra, you have got 3 out of 4 major arcana on the internal world. This seems to be a thing in these reads so far. A lot of heavy major arcana on the inner. Your heart right now is probably your best way through this in terms of navigation, but how you communicate that to the world with the 10 of flames, the Hora, might very well be a very wise move for you if you do it fairly. And I think that's why the choices here could be more celebratory than burn down the village. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of the argument. Well, then certainly it would make sense the Maiden or the Virgin card, the High Priestess Isis in this deck, comes from a still, quiet place. Gemini's third house, self-expression and all of that. When it comes to the truth of your heart, this is more of a still and silent experience, but tapping into heart chakra intuition, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's really a question of, is your heart open or closed, right? Because you can tell when your heart's open, right? Kitties, all sorts of things that opens the heart. But when you feel your heart shut down, that's very much what the devil card is, right? Things oppressing, psychic weight, old beliefs, ancestral patterns, what have you. So I would think your leverage here is then definitely in the heart chakra, at least to go sit in the silence of the heart. Oh, there's a wonderful book. Can't remember the guy's name, a Christian mystic, or he spoke a lot of Course in Miracles type language. It was called The Silence of the Heart. Can't remember his name. I suck at names, but book titles I'm really good at. So if you can find that. It's not a big book either, but really spoke to the core of the divinity we all are. Sense either the silence or the stillness of the heart. Probably I would think it was the silence of the heart. And that certainly speaks of that, you know, that virgin part of you, that divinity at your heart. Love is divine power. Heart chakra, sacred truth. Carolyn Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit. Boom. Right? To tune into that, that would certainly fuel that 10 of flames to communicate in a way that is perhaps more celebratory, because it might be time to do so. But how do you want to do it, right? Do you want to do it in lead or gold? Because there are certainly some crown chakra obstacles, chains, something there. Let's look at the physical world. Your relationship to yourself, your solar plexus. We've got a double whammy of the devil. Right, like I said, the oppression card is half of the devil card. Here it is straight up pan. So, does that mean that in your personal power in the world that you are being a devil, a trickster? Maybe. It's a general read. But what might be more apt, considering the crown chakra correlation between these two, is that there are real fears going on here. Of course, lower three chakras speak of relationships in the world. So a relationship of personal power, codependence. Right, look, we all have to be interdependent on people. I mean, even if you make a lot of money, what are you going to do? Eat the money? Right? You got to exchange that for goods and services at some point. So there's a healthy dependence here. But it might also be afraid of acting on your own gut. Either that or this oppression really is personal in the sense that you really don't know what to do, or you feel like your hands are tied, or your every way is blocked. But that indicates then that there must be some fear of lack, because you cannot have a thought of lack without fear, or a thought of fear without lack. And that's from A Course in Miracles. You can slice and dice it as many ways as you like. That's the truth. It's more of the lead, the shadow part of it. So what's going on? Second chakra here, 10 of Cups. Now that's interesting, because that says that in your one-on-one relationships, there is emotional fulfillment, and that does it's right next to the 10 of Flames, so to speak, at least how I have it laid out here on the dining room table. So this could actually be a very, very loving situation. Now, the second chakra doesn't immediately mean this is somebody else. 10 of Cups, the bringing together of Eros and Psyche, a wonderful myth. She becomes a goddess in order for them to be together, because he pricked his fingers on one of his own arrows. Occupational hazard, I'm going to guess. So what a contrast, right? Between the Devil card and the solar plexus. This could be past patterning. This could be family patterning. This could be societal stuff. Past life stuff, who cares? It's lead. You gotta face the fear, as with the Devil. You gotta get thee behind me. Except this is Pan, right? Pan to me is not, well, he's a horny little devil, but you know, it wouldn't have been maybe my first choice, but for the Mythic Tarot, who else are you going to pick that people would know? I mean, he's a randy little rascal, son of Hermes and a goat. It's a long story, long myth. But with that 10 of Cups, it really does feel like the opposite there. So there's something going on, either between you and another person, or money, creativity, where that 10 of Cups is really there. But why the double devil? Sounds like a sandwich. And you've got the 2 of Cups in your root chakra. Oh no, you got 2 cups in your root chakra. Yeah, what did you have to call 911? Look, this is just screaming romantic at this point. It is very, very rare that I see those cards next to each other, because the 2 is when he has pricked his finger on the arrow, and he sees her and falls in love with her. Eros, son of Aphrodite and Ares, right? Here she is, gorgeous princess. They're going to sacrifice her. He's like, no, whoopsie. Oh, I love her. But she's not facing him. She doesn't get to see him till the 5 of Cups, and it's the 5 of Cups, right? So he doesn't want her to fall in love with him just because he's gorge, because he is, and the god of romantic, sexual, erotic love, sign me up. So he says, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not ready for you to look at me. I want you to love me for me. So it's a choice. It's initial attraction. But with this in the second chakra, if this is feeling like true love and it is scaring the crap out of you, well, go deeper into your heart. This is making sense. You just got to be fair about it to yourself and to everybody else. Like being fair to both sides of the argument. Think of a scale, right? Are you putting your thumbs on that scale in mediation or not? And sometimes it's very easy to put our thumb against us on the scale. It happens. We all do. It's how we learn. So, chakras on the table. Sabby. Let's get you a chakra reading card. Who's this? Do I have to pause the video again? I will. You want to come up, Melix? Come on up, baby. Come sit with Mama. Mother, I forgot. I have to use the book. Come on, baby. No. Oh, there. Fucking witch cats, man. Hey, baby, you lay down, All right? You lay down, let Mama work. I only got 3 more cards. Okay, Mom, I'll just sit here and do my algebra homework because you're not good at math. A chakra reading card. Rachel Sharman, R-A-C-H-E-L-L-E, Charman, C-H-A-R-M-A-N. Rockpool Publishing, really cool deck. To give you an indication of what chakra to focus on. I will say it has a chakra in this deck that is not in this reading, and that's the one under the root chakra. I just, I don't know. I think we got enough cards on the table as is. Don't you? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Obviously there's another person involved here, so their higher selves have a say on what this card is. It's reading information as well as the affirmations, so please, what do you got for them, please? What chakra should they really kind of focus on, their possible leverage to begin with, at least, in this timeless chakra reading? Angels and Masters, card number 33. I will say, with the Devil, and the Wheel of Fortune, and the High Priestess, and the Devil again, I would say, calling upon a higher power, angels and masters in this case might be helpful. There's nothing like a celestial to come in and show you perhaps a higher perspective, maybe even a vision. Card number 33. I think we are looking at the crown chakra. Like, you think that'd be purple? No, that is white. So we are talking about the star center, the 8th chakra. Y'all got a soul star. The soul star chakra is what I call the 8th chakra. Mediator. Breathe. Magnifying glass. Still point. Card number 33. Angels and Masters. The soul star chakra. You've called this powerful card into your awareness today to remind you that the angels and ascended masters are with you at this time. I mean, they always are. They played the Ascended Masters, most of them played the game down here already and like aced it after a lot of lifetimes, I'm sure. So they reach back in time and space to help. The angels are a different energy, kind of. We all have loving beings from the spirit world guiding and offering wisdom and healing as we take our life journey. So as I look at that oppression card in the crown chakra, maybe you haven't been accessed or you're scared of it, which is totally fine, right? Just, witch board. I get it. I get it. I saw The Exorcist in a drive-in when I was like in 2nd grade. Not a good parental move, Dad. Where am I? We all have loving beings from the spirit world guiding and offering wisdom and healing as we take our life journey. At different times, angels come in to assist and offer specific messages and guidance. It's the word angel means. It's Hebrew. It means messenger of light or messenger of truth, because light and truth are the same thing. You may have been experiencing difficulties and challenges as of late. I'm sorry, now we're doing this twice in a row. I think the boys had a meeting before I started recording this, and they're like, let's see how much we can, interrupt Mom today. Well, cats can't say daddy. Good as you get. So, you may have been experiencing difficulties and challenges of late, and the angels want you to know that you are not alone and that they are doing everything in their power to assist you from the spirit world. Now, I will say it's Mercury retrograde at the time of this recording. It's in Libra, but I'm a Virgo and you're a Gemini. By Mercury, it could be tricky. The Ascended Masters are souls that resonate on a higher vibrational plane of existence and hold within them the divine power, love, and wisdom of the universe. They have individual jobs to fulfill in the universe and may have unique energies and gifts to share and offer. For example, Mother Mary holds and resonates the energy of divine love and compassion, as does Kuan Yin and Lady Venus, which is Aphrodite. It's It's quite an interesting combo, all of them up there. You may like to find out more information on the Masters and tune into your spirits to see who is guiding you at this time. Now look, with oppression in the crown chakra, I could see you, or somebody, really anybody, coming into contact with something that might terrify them because it might be outside of their spiritual vocabulary thing. Just saying. That can be a little scary. You also have the archangels around you. The archangels are powerful light beings that are here to guide you and assist you in your life right now. Like actually right now, because I'm part of the Archangel of Lyons, Archangel Ariel. Think of an ark of angels, like Noah's Ark, but billions of higher selves. You are encouraged to take a little time out from your everyday world and go within to connect with these beautiful, loving guides and have an abundance of love, and wisdom to share with you. Know that they have your back and you have nothing to worry about. You are blessed and protected always. Your prayers have been answered and you are not alone. Take a moment to hand over any stress or concerns to the angels and masters for transmutation and fill your heart and mind with the love and healing that is offered in return. Here's the affirmation. Angels and masters guide my way with love, truth, and integrity, which is an interesting aspect of the mediator. So look, if you find yourself in a situation mediating here, and maybe there is some kind of like spiritual, crown chakra thing going on that is really holding you back from doing this. Like, I don't want to be judgmental, but, it's hard. Hence that throat chakra, there is a way to do this, to wrap this up in a way that might be for the well-being of all and something eventually worth celebrating. But with the High Priestess in the heart, see, that's the thing with air signs, and I'm not ragging on air signs, but anybody who's like third eye dominant overthinks, right? Just like the water signs tend to be a little bit more heart chakra dominant. Neither one of them is great. You need both, right? You need it in alignment. So I know that when I'm overthinking, because I'm a Virgo, Mercury's retrograde at the time of this timeless recording, that I gotta open my heart when I'm overthinking, because the energy's all up here. I need to and usually there's an emotion that I'm trying to dance around, think around, and don't want to actually feel and heal. Just saying. I didn't say it was easy. Simple. Whatever rises, love that. Right, Matt Kahn? His card is coming. He's last card down this time around. But if we have 3 more atoms in lead than gold, then we can symbolically see those 3 atoms as obstacles. So we're going to use the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, lovely oracle. Angela Hartfield. I see my cats are getting ready to interrupt again, so let's see how far we get. Can we at least get a card on the table? Watch this space. Please take a nice deep breath. Chewing. Just chewing. As I call up, and meowing, as I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, still point. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, there you are. The elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity and wealth and joy, but mostly known in the West as a remover of obstacles. Please, 1 card in clarity. For the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video and receiving this reading, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, and power to help remove those obstacles, to help them bring this all into alignment with that mediator in the 8th, oppression on in the crown, Wheel of Fortune, third eye, 10 of Flames, throat, High Priestess, heart. This sounds cool. Sounds like a band. But Devil in the solar plexus, 10 of Cups in the 2nd chakra, and 2 of Cups in the root. There is definitely a vibe here with those lower 3. I mean, if this is somebody come back around, I could understand the Devil in the solar plexus. If this is indeed romantic, seems to be looking that way a little bit. So to have to call on angels and masters to deal with that double devil they got there does make sense. So please, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle to help remove the obstacles for the Gemini Collective and Crosswatcher in this timeless chakra read? video's fucking long enough, cat. Positive outlook. I'm working on it. Positive outlook. Card number 25. Now, I'm going to try and zoom in there. Look at all the different elephant heads, right? You see Ganesh in front, but then there are all these other trunks, right? All those other aspects. So a lot of different ways to look at things, and honestly, pretty good for an air sign, one would think. Card number 29, positive outlook. Breathe. How you feel depends on your own mental attitude. Okay. The many faces of Ganesha reflect how you feel about the different aspects in your life. Spirituality, health, finances, relationship, and emotional well-being. Right. They're all different petals of the same flower, and they can all be in different states at any given time. It is important to remember that circumstances are not good or bad, but always neutral. Not what I was raised with, but essentially is absolute spiritual fact, let alone truth. It is how you approach the situation that will determine your outcome. If you choose to see something as depressing, it will be. If you choose to see it as encouraging, it will be. And that is a choice, but the tendency to avoid the fear and have it possess you later on in a situation is pretty strong. So be careful of toxic positive thinking. If it's repressing the fear, it's like, no, all is well, all is well, all is well. You know, do the shadow work, feel what you got to feel, but then you can even see this as an opportunity to alchemize from lead to gold. Shadow to light, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, and help the world do the same. Your mind determines how your day will go. Your state of, not what will happen, but how it will go. There's a big difference there. Your state of mind has influence over your body, your relationship, your emotional well-being, and how you view your finances. Every day, you are so careful when considering what you will eat during the day. You have an opportunity to be just as discerning when it comes to how you think. Don't be the mind police, though. That is just the ego using spirituality to beat the crap out of you and other people. You can conquer your moods, no matter how bad mood you seem to be in. Make up your mind that you're not going to be controlled by your moods anymore. You see, I don't vibe with that all that much. It is like, all right, this is a mood. This is a storm passing, so I am going to close the door to the outside world for a little bit and go inside and feel what I got to feel and heal what I got to heal. But, you know, every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Take a moment to acknowledge what brought this up for you. Take positive action to shift back to happiness or being positive. Hey, Melky! You're really being like super extra cute and annoying right now. I've been like this all day. I think this is my last read for today. Why? Because I'm going to try to have a positive outlook. Look, if it's right in front of you on the table, you might as well, right? Come here, booger! Just ran downstairs. He's going to meow at my knee, I guess. W.C. Field said never work with children or animals, and he meant on stage. I hope. Let's get your last card down because the witch is schwitzing. I'm a schwitzing witch. Ay, ich bin a schwitzing witch. Feels like I'm dancing the hora in my throat chakra. Let's get the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. Really good for air signs mantras. Anything you can repeat, an affirmation. But these are written by Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N. There was Genghis, there was Kubla, there was Madeline, there was Chaka, and then there was Matt Kahn. To help bring this all into alignment. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say about this. And since this is a Wisdom family archetypal family member, we're going to ask the Ascended Masters of Wisdom, since the Ascended Masters are on the table anyway, so to speak. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Wisdom, which, let's face it, are pretty much all of you. One card in clarity for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and Crosswatcher watching this video, receiving this reading, this really long reading, considering the interruptions that have gone. A lot of feline intervention going on in this read. So please knock them out of the park. Make the wait worth it. perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize this, remove the obstacles with a positive outlook, calling upon the angels and the masters to do so with that mediator archetype, just wanting to be fair, right? To see both sides of arguments, to get that we're all doing the best that we can, even despite or as a result of healing that oppression in the crown chakra, with the Wheel of Fortune on the third eye, Ten of Flames in the throat chakra, High Priestess in the heart, which feels like there's their leverage to go into the stillness and the silence of the heart, to help bring that into alignment, to deal with that devil, the double devil in their solar plexus there. Ten of Cups in the second chakra, that can be so overwhelming that why wouldn't it trigger certain unfinished business being boiled to the surface there, with that Two of Cups in the root chakra. This could be totally about an attraction to another person, place, or thing. So what do you got for them to help them heal this, the Gemini Collective and cross watchers in this Timeless Chakra Read? Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. Well, there we go. That really makes it a Gemini read. Expanding inner power. So as I look at this, yes, the Ten of Cups there, very powerful, but the Devil card tends to be very disempowering, right? The High Priestess in the heart, very powerful. If you can even see the timing of this, that's incredibly powerful. But then again, we have that Oppression card, very disempowering. So the choices really, I mean, Hava Nagila, positive outlook in the throat chakra, that is a choice that you can make here, but certainly seeing perhaps the divine timing of all of it, or just accepting that divine timing just is, and it can be delayed but not prevented. That might be helpful. So to take that inner power and expand it by using your creativity, particularly, well, let's just say, what if these flames are flames of anger? Right? Repressed rage, the deadly sin of wrath, and maybe this is finally getting it together, full circle to actually express this, but yet with that deeper innocence in the heart. Close, no cigar. Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. Very third house Gemini. When inner power expands, God bless you. Excuse you. When inner power expands, you are able to openly communicate your truths, aspirations, and ideas as a way of circulating energy that pours in from the cosmos. Now, here again, we're looking at something going on in the crown chakra there, where your crown chakra might not be as open as you would like it to be. Remember, 1,000 petals, right? We all, I don't know anybody who's had 1,000 petals opened all at once. Again, the Dalai Lama. Who's the Dalai Lama? As energy gets circulated, through the sharing of your ideas, the universe is given permission to pour more inspiration, passion, and joy into your energy field as your inner power expands. Creativity becomes the force of source energy surging through you to inspire the embodiment of your higher self. So, in the olden days in public bathrooms, I used to have these towel dispensers that were on a roll. It was all connected and it was fabric, right? So you'd pull it down and dry your hands and keep going. It's like that. The more that you express this stuff, the more that it comes through you. Now, if you are having... I think the word paranormal is so freaking subjective, because normal is subjective. Right? What the hell is normal anymore? What's forever for? Really? What's normal for? But, perhaps you are having extra dimensional stuff going on. More spiritual stuff that's scaring the crap out of you personally. It's a stage in the journey, certainly, but this can also be about the shadow self then really exerting itself. The ego in particular can learn spiritual language and use it as a weapon, right, against ourselves and others. So to just kind of put it out there in some way, even if with that silent, high priestess of the heart there's a way for you to express this in a way that can be very creative. As your inner power expands, creativity becomes the life force of source energy surging through you to inspire the embodiment of your highest self, which is why I think the positive outlook and the angels and the masters, but with the mediator, that you be fair to yourself as well. Right? You're yes, if you're between two things and you're being asked to be a mediator, maybe you're dealing with a mediator. But I think the real key here is finding that balance. It's a very Libra energy. I'll say that. This mantra is ideal for resolving creative blocks. That could totally be there. Healing traumas with the Devil card. That could be there. And releasing blocks of stagnation. So this is a block buster, right? In terms of busting away those stones, those chains that bind. Certainly, this does make sense. So, long reading that it is, I'm still going to end it the way that I usually do. We're going to do a bless summation, a little blessing and a summation, putting it all together. And if you want to hang out for a little bit after that, I release the Gemini Collective like I do all of them at the very end. See what comes out of my mouth, and hopefully we have some more fun with it. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Here we go. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to bring these energies into alignment, for them to acknowledge and embrace their gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life with respect for both sides of the argument, which is a higher dimensional thing. We're all one, playing out different roles here. We're just going to have to come back and do it over and over again, but we're going to learn these lessons one way or another, because there is some kind of oppression going on. This could be religious oppression, spiritual oppression, all sorts of kind of stuff, maybe just some fear of the divine, of that which seems extra dimensional, which of course makes sense with the angels and the masters also on the table. But yet there is a divine timing going on in the third eye for the Geminis in the mental field. Perhaps they have the opportunity to maybe even see a glimpse of the quantum web of it all, the interconnections. Beware of that ayahuasca stuff. No, I haven't. No, I don't want to either. I don't like throwing up for a vision. Thanks. But in their throat chakra, there definitely feels like a completion of something here. Obviously, tens are completions of the element, in this case, fire, will, choices, and desire, or maybe they are just done with this and ready to say, I am done with this, and that would certainly bring a rite of passage, and that's what the hora is for, and weddings, and bar mitzvahs, and bat mitzvahs, right? It's a rite of passage yet to begin a whole new life. But with that high priestess, I'm going to bet you the innocent divinity of their heart is going to be the key to this one. Even though the actual chakra reading card is saying focus on the mediator, which I agree, that fairness with the heart being engaged isn't really a heart-centered fairness. So, you know, from the outside looking in, maybe they are in chains, maybe they're being devilish, maybe they're being possessed by the pain or dealing with somebody who is, because nobody's at their best when they are in pain, particularly if they don't know that they're in pain. They do to others as was done to them, and what's that, the leaded rule? Certainly with that Ten of Cups in the second chakra, this can be a very emotional thing, but I gotta say, it doesn't feel bad. It could be that this Ten of Cups kind of true love vibe between them and another person or thing is bringing up their personal fears of codependence, abuse, loss, and neglect, because there's certainly a Two of Cups connection here, and this does feel romantic when I get down to this end of it, and yet their hearts remain pure and virginal. Tap into that in order to achieve that positive outlook, calling upon the angels and masters, and then expanding their inner power by giving their creativity a voice, even if it's in confidentiality, even if it's in confession, even if it's drawing, painting, screaming, dancing, cooking, however they choose to express that inner power. May they be given all that they need to heal, to grow, to align, to learn, to love, and to free themselves from the chains that bind, for our well-being, for their well-being, and for the well-being of everyone in these same situations, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivated. So it is. It's a long-ass reading. Oh, I can't apologize for my cats. They're my cats. They're my boys, but you know, we do our best. So if it made sense to you, if you like it, hit the thumbs up. Just helps the other Geminis and cross-watchers find it, because I'm not monetized, so it's fine. That's why I'm over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. My lovely community I'm building over there. I also have a Angelo Lyons Mel for short private Facebook group. If you want to find it, you can find it. You just can't see what's going on. But if you want the deeper experience, the magic, the miracles, the mysticism, Mel, cup of coffee every morning, bathrobe, talking about astrology. We always end with a little prayer, a little blessing thing, and tons of exclusive content, advanced content. And just come Patreon on Patreon. Angelo Lyons, and that's not an easy gig, but I sure am making it look good and having fun as I go. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mel. I understand it explains it all for you, just like Lady Clarissa of the Nickelodeons. So wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. May your chakras, wheels on fire, rolling down the road. May it be the very, very best and the very blessed. And reach out if you need help. We're here. I love you. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.